home just like us, so we're here to find out what they're up to and how they are staying sane and safe and healthy at home. I'm your host, Kelsey Meyer, and I'm joined by the fabulous and hilarious Nikki Glaser. She's a comedian, an actress. You've seen her on Comedy Central, on Netflix. You've heard her on SiriusXM. She's one of the most talented people and also one of my favorite people. So Nick, I'm so honored that you're here with me today. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, no, thank you for being honored. It feels really special that anyone is excited to talk to me. It's still a dream that anyone cares enough.
I feel like I'm dreaming. I'm already calling you Nick. I think we're best friends. I'm like,
oh my gosh, yeah, I love it. I didn't even pick up on it because it seemed so like yeah, of course you're calling me Kels. Of course you're calling me.
Right? I love it. Well, thank you so much. And you have to tell me, I know you've been home back in your parents' house for 2 months, and you're doing amazing things that are keeping all your fans and us sane. But how are you staying sane?
That's a good question. I'm staying sane by doing it, by working my little butt off. I'm living with my parents right now in St. Louis. And so I just really, in order for me to not feel like I'm on summer break in 8th grade, I have to really work and make sure I get up in the morning and stay in my dad's office and get things done and not see them too much. And I'm just trying to stay busy. I mean, I'm working probably too much. I'm doing too many interviews. I'm doing too many meetings but that's just generally how I run anyway. So it doesn't surprise me. I really thought this was going to kind of take me out of all of that, but I just found a way to just keep up the workflow, and it's slowly killing me. But I'm also living a pretty good life. I'm about to be 36, and never would I have thought that I would be living at home with my parents and walking around barefoot constantly and eating out of their pantry and smoking pot and sneaking around smoking pot again. I'm a child.
Your mom's in your room, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, not even. I mean, it used to be that way. When I was in high school, I would have to sneak it from them, even though they were also sneaking it from me. We were both smoking pot, and I'm like, why weren't we open about this more?
Yeah,
we were
hold
both
on.
Yeah. You come to find out when you bro down with your parents later on, you're like, we were both hiding these things from each other the whole time. So now I kind of just brazenly do it. But even that feels weird. I like some of the mystery of that's what was fun about smoking pot in high school. Is we would have to go down to the creek and pretend that we were going frogging or whatever, and then we would smoke pot. And now it's just a thing I can do in front of my mom as we're watching 90 Day. It's not as fun. It takes the fun out of it. I got to get into something a little riskier pretty soon, meth or something. I'm going to look into.
Perfect. Well, keep me posted. Yeah. It's
something my parents disapprove of. They're too into pot. It's not fun. And they still use 60s kind of terminology for pot. And the other day I ate an edible and my dad was like, "Did you get off on that yet?" And I was like,
you're like, don't say that.
Did you get off on that chocolate? And I was like, ew, what do you think I did with the chocolate? And yeah, they say get off. And I'm like, that's not what we say anymore. I don't even know that anyone said it back in the 60s. But
no, I was just gonna say, I don't think I've ever even heard that.
I haven't either. And I can rest assured that I'm not getting off I'm getting off in their way, but not in my own way anymore, living at home. That's definitely something that's changed.
But you mentioned 90 Day Fiance, right? I know you're a huge reality fan. Have you watched Too Hot to Handle?
I have not watched it yet. I have too much to get to.
Nikki.
I went into 90 Day Fiance and I've always known that I had to get into 90 Day Fiance because I know how good it is. And now I know. I've only watched season 4, but I get it. I did my research and asked which season was the best to go back and watch, and that was truly incredible. Too Hot to Handle, I'm going to get to it. But right now I'm doing Bachelor Listen to Your Heart.
Yes.
I'm also doing Summer House, and I just binged through Summer House, and now I'm caught up with Summer House. And I really just I didn't watch TV until this pandemic because I don't like watching TV without people to watch it with and to talk with. TV is a very social thing for me. And I realized that I just don't watch TV anymore. And I realized, oh, it's because I live alone. I don't, the only time I watch TV is when I have a boyfriend to watch something with or like binge things with. It's kind of, I'm not good at doing it alone. So I've only gotten into TV again since being home, and it's been so fun. I literally feel like I have friends because of Summer House.
Okay, it's so funny that you say that because that's how I am, and that's why AfterBuzz is amazing. We need to get you on some of our panels because that's literally what we do. Is we'll go watch the episode and then you get on and talk about it with like 3 other people. It's phenomenal. It's the only way to watch TV.
It is. I can't watch it alone. And I know that there's like you can tweet about it and find people talking about it. Like I'm on Reddit. I read discussion forums about anything that I'm into. But TV for me is so essential to pause it and be like, what the hell? Like and it's been a really good like water cooler conversation with my parents when we run out of other things to talk about. I can be like, well, do you see how, like, can you believe Carl and Jules are hooking up now? Like, if that's going to happen, that was like a point of conversation for our dinner last night about 2 people. Well, I do know people on Summer House. That's how I even started watching it.
That's what your friend, right?
Hannah Berner is a really good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And we became friends after she had been on the show. And she was always like, just watch it, Nikki. Like because she would talk about it and I'd be like, wait, tell me what happened. She goes, just watch it. It's a good show. And I'm like, it seems like such a task. But once I started, oh my God.
You're hooked.
And it's so nice because she really is like one of my favorites on the show. And I can text her while I'm watching it and get behind the scenes scoop.
Oh, that's really so good. That's so
the best way to watch a reality show is to know people on it. And I'm
100%.
I'm like 100, like since this like quarantine, I just got off the phone with my agents and I'm like, guys, I 100% want to do a reality show. It's what I'm destined to do. I already live my life, honestly, on the radio and in podcasts.
True.
Let's add a visual element to it. Let's force me to go on some dates. Like if there was a camera crew.
Ooh, I want to help produce on that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, come on board. I'm really I'm going to do a reality show. I'm so, it just feels like wasted content that I'm living a very interesting life and I'm willing to put it out there. Like, why wouldn't I? And the answer is that maybe my friends don't want to. I think so too. I think you'd cover it. I will
100%.
I would love that. But yeah, I think that there's like some embarrassment in doing a reality show. And it's just like, sorry, that's the only TV I watch. I don't really enjoy scripted because I'm like, it's not that real. And reality.
We're like, we need the reality.
Yeah, I love reality shows. So I'm like, maybe I'll make one. You know, I used to love Kathy Griffin's My Life on the D List.
Oh my God, yes.
Like
so good.
We don't have many like Hollywood reality shows. I feel like
I feel like they're all too. I agree. And I think that they're all now. I mean, that's kind of why I wanted your opinion on Too Hot to Handle, because it's like, okay, it's the same stuff. You know, I liked the early seasons of like Love Island, where all the girls were like, they don't care. They're looking ratchet as heck, you know, and you're like, yes, I love that. Yes. And we don't get that anymore. So I'm on board for your show.
Yeah, thank you. I'd want it to actually be real, but also have the elements of being a total cheeseball reality show where it's like, I'm going to go painting pottery on a date. And it's like, I would never do this if I wasn't on a reality show.
Right.
But therein lies, like, I want to make a life. I think reality TV will actually pull me out of my shell and make me a more social person because I'll be forced to be like, to have other people. You can't just do a solo reality show. I guess it could be like the Truman Show. Just me alone in my. Yeah. So
I'd watch it.
So stay tuned for that.
I'm ready for it. Stay tuned. Well, speaking of staying tuned, you have to tell me about your Quibi show, which is kind of funny. I feel like you were talking on, you're talking on your podcast, how it's like so triggering because it almost is reality for you, right?
Yes.
So you have to tell me more about that.
The reality that I never wanted, but ended up getting. So about a year ago, I was approached by Tom Warner and Sarah Gilbert. Sarah is, Darlene from Roseanne, and she and Tom Warner, who is just a prolific, television creator, owns baseball teams. They've had their hands in like so many great things over the years, and they just have good taste. And they wanted to develop something with me, and I was just like. So excited. So over a year, over 6 months, we developed this thing. We pitched it. And the show is, and also with my writing partner, Cindy Caponera. And so we went out, we sold it to Quibi, and the show is that I am me and I get canceled because I tell a bad joke on stage. Just I'm backed into a corner. I have like a Kramer moment, but not that.
Right.
But I have a moment where, not that I'm racist on stage, but I don't even know. When I look back at Kramer, I'm like, even Dave Chappelle was like, as a black man, he was like Kramer. But on the other hand, he was like, as a comic, he was like, poor Kramer. And that's kind of how you see it. It's like, as a comic, how you can be triggered in a weird way and then just say something you completely regret. It's happened to a lot of comics. So that would happen to me because my fear before all of this was getting canceled. I'm like, oh my God, something's going to come out that I said 10 years ago on a podcast and they're going to take everything 100%. From me. And so I made a show that in which that happens. And in it, I have to move back home to St. Louis and live with my parents. And
that's so wild.
Which was just like, that would never happen unless I got canceled. But it's like, yes, there is a way and that would happen. And so now I am like, this morning I woke up and had to write a scene of me in the kitchen with my mom.
You wrote it. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I know, right? Thank you. And because it's hard for me to do. And I'm in the kitchen with my mom and I'm on the phone talking about her character while she's making coffee right there. And I'm like, I don't think my mom would do that. And she's like, are you talking about what?
I'm literally right here.
Yeah, I'm living a really weird reality right now. But it's pretty fun and it'll be fun to reflect on someday and be like, what was happening then?
That's wild. So did you get into filming any of it?
No, we haven't started filming. We're just writing it. So we just sold it in that way. Yeah.
That's exciting.
It will be exciting once we finally are able to make things again. It was funny when I had another show in development that was supposed to be on air right now. And that one got pulled because, it was too early in the process for to even keep it going. We filmed a pilot.
That's such a bummer. I was reading a little bit about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And things happen like that. Like it's all for the best. And my life was so insane before this all happened. Like I was a little bit overworked. And so
you were on tour doing 2 shows, like how even?
Yeah. 2 TV shows in development. One that was being made.
Right.
Theater tour. I was gone every weekend. I was kind of on my knees at one point being like, please something get canceled. Something like, I know there's no way for me to not have to do any of this, but please, I felt like I brought this on. I mean, and honestly, no, but
on my little bracelet earlier this year, I got change. I'm like, this is my fault. So
we're both summoned it with your change bracelet. I know. I think we all, and now I think we're all feeling, at least I'm feeling guilty about how much I'm enjoying it and how scared I am for it to get back to normal.
Yep.
I don't even want to go. I love having an excuse not to go on a date or go to the grocery store or hang out with my friends.
I don't want to go to a bar. Yeah.
Or put on makeup or look like I can look like kind of shit right now, even on a thing. Cause no one's expecting it from me. No one expects me to have hair and makeup done. The bar is so lowered. Totally. And now I don't want to go back to a world in which I have to get my roots done. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I think I just might keep letting it go. Maybe this is just, it's just, I don't understand girls that are like, I am dying to go to the salon. You're dying to go sit in a chair for 5 hours. I mean, no. I understand.
I think this is a life for us.
It doesn't make my life that much better to have good roots, I realized. And it took this pandemic to figure that out.
I'm right there with you. I have to say that I was supposed to go to the Seattle show with my sister. So when it gets August 14th, I'm sorry. Looking forward to it.
Oh, good.
Perfect. Try and bring some.
Yeah, I mean, I have to.
Yeah.
I just I'm just starting today to compile my thoughts and put all the things I've been putting in my notes, into a document to be able to look at it and start piecing together material because it's all, I think it was just such a shock to my system that and not doing stand-up every night. I just don't think of stand-up. And now I'm suddenly being like, what do I want to talk about when I get back out there? Because I will get back out there, but I don't know. I'm reluctant to believe that I'll be on stage this summer. Like, I just am like, I don't know.
I know.
It's
Well, I was
hard.
going to ask you that. Are you missing stand up? I'm liking your karaoke personally. I think you should record a cover album.
Yes. I
That's
really,
all I'm saying.
that was my first instinct when I got into quarantine was like, I'm going to do a cover of Taylor Swift's like Speak Now, like one of her
So
early
good.
albums, and just do like a, and that was like my ambition for like, I'll get that done during the quarantine, because that has actually made my life so much better. Although I'm not, there's good things about not doing stand up. I don't have to be out every night. Like, I didn't realize it, Kelsey, but until 2 nights ago, I was like, oh my God, like I have not been out at night. And that has been my life for 15 years, is every single night do comedy, every night. And it's beautiful to not have to do it. To like eat dinner and then just sit down until you go to bed is
Enjoy
awesome.
your family.
And I didn't know that people do that. But on top of that, I already do work all day. I don't know why I've constantly built in this thing that I have to always do at the end of the night. And so I think coming out of this, I'm going to, stop doing stand-up as much or as impulsively. But dude, I do miss performing and getting that attention, but the karaoke has changed that. I just sing karaoke. I just got done singing I sang like 8 songs earlier, just alone. My parents were in the kitchen and like kind of walking around the house. My dad was in the back, like reading. And I'm just like, the story of us must be ending soon. Now
it's so good.
I'm just like, so good. And I'm getting good at it. Like, I really do think I could be a singer in another lifetime.
No, when you sang your little 15 team.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, that was actually really good.
Oh, thanks, girl. I try. Like, it's in my range. But you know what? There are some songs that just feel so ridiculous singing. As you know, I love Taylor Swift, but I always, when I was a little girl, Britney Spears came out in like 8th grade for me. And I used to hear that song Lucky. And I always wanted to like be able to sing that song and like sing it and being like, it's me, like I'm a star, but I'm alone and no boys like me. And I fucking manifested that song because I tried to sing it on karaoke the other day. And I was like, if my parents hear this, this is too real, because that is my life. Like, she's a star, but she cries in her lonely heart. If there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night? The fact is, the tears don't come at night because I'm on too many antidepressants, but they are there.
Like, the point still stands.
Yes.
It's such a good song.
Yeah, it's such a good song. But that's, case in point is why I'm like starting to rewrite lyrics with us, like my slant as like a 36-year-old woman singing a song that was made for a 15-year-old girl to sing.
I love that. Yeah. I think that it all resonates with us though, I mean, I was listening to that, I was like, yes, absolutely.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I think, that. There needs to be
a cover album in your future.
Yeah, maybe I do. I don't know what kind of genre I fill, but you know what's going to happen? Taylor Swift's going to get pregnant, and then her whole like line of work is going to head in a different direction that I'm not going to be able to relate to, because when she talks about boys, I'm on board. But when she starts talking about being a mom, I'm going to be like, I can't relate. And then that's where people are going to need me to like step up and still be the single woman who doesn't have kids and like probably never will.
Your tweet, speaking of kids, your tweet about wanting to be Gigi and Zayn's baby. I did not relate to. I relate to that so much.
I know.
I want to be the baby.
Jealous of Gigi Hadid, but this time I was like, that fucking baby is going to be gorgeous, so loved, so protected. Like I know it's going to be born into a situation that it will have to live its formative years in a bunker, but it will be the best bunker. It'll be able to chill with like so many celebrities' babies. It's going to have the best skin.
Oh God, yeah.
The best, doctors to make it look like it has the best skin, because that's part of it. Let's not forget. Let's not forget that even these beautiful women have doctors that are making it stay that way. 100%. I mean, it's true. Like I always look at people like, I'm not saying they've had work done, but I look at women as beautiful as the Hadids, and I'm just like, why does that exist? And it's like, yes, they're beautiful, but there's there's other stuff going on.
I know, you have to remind yourself. I'm the same way. I'm like, okay, we know. We just have to like keep telling ourselves that like, all right, yeah, that is not an actual thing. And
I know,
things
it's
help
hard
that
though.
become that. I know it is really hard.
And it's
It's
hard
really
when
hard.
every single thing you look at and record yourself on has a filter on it. So, of
Right.
course, when you look in the mirror, unless your mirror has a filter, which mine does just due to having so much dirt on it and like
Same.
floss
And
slunk.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Yeah,
toothpaste.
just
Yeah.
floss grime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, unless your mirror has a filter, you're going to look in the mirror and be like, I am ugly because you've been looking at yourself all day on FaceTime. Like, even FaceTime has, like,
Oh,
I feel like
everything's
makes
filtered.
you look poreless.
100%. Well, even like
Zoom.
the Zoom, everything. The Instagram filters lately have been if you're doing like those little games, like, why is my face blurred? Why am I blurry?
Yep, it doesn't
It's
say that
hard.
it's giving you the beauty effect, but they all throw on the beauty filter because if you are making a filter or a fun game, wouldn't you develop it so that the person looks beautiful while they're playing it because they'll want to play it more as opposed to if they look heinous with the natural lighting and like the age, like I get age spots are completely covered up. That's why when I go to a hotel and it has this close-up mirror, like I'm like, that's a hate crime right now. Like
That's a hate crime.
you can't show me my real pores.
Yeah.
We're
It's
so
rude. It's
brainwashed
rude.
even by our own images.
Mm-hmm. So yes, I want to be their baby as well. That was
Yes.
phenomenal. And I have to ask you because you retweeted that. No, it wasn't you. Put on Instagram picture of Robert De Niro, and it reminded me. It took me down memory lane to the Alec Baldwin roast.
Yes.
And I was like, oh my god, I need to ask her. A, do you get nervous that you're gonna like actually offend people? Your jokes are amazing, and I'm like, I wish that I could be that brave and bold and get up there and say those things. And like, has anyone ever gotten mad?
No one's ever gotten mad. Truly, like I don't think it, and no one's ever said if they were, you know, and the people who were cold after I delivered it were generally cold before it. So there wasn't any
I thought
like,
Martha Stewart on that one was.
yeah, Martha Stewart was just like scary to even talk to before the roast.
100%.
You know, like
Yeah.
she definitely was intimidating even backstage. And then afterwards I didn't even attempt to be like, did you like it? Because like of course she didn't.
Not worth it.
Yeah. But everyone just I don't know if it's some kind of I'm just lucky that I don't care. I honestly like I work so much of the roast is for me is about writing the best jokes. That's my priority is writing the best jokes. I don't even think about people's feelings. And it makes me question my if I'm a good person or not a lot of times because it's so easy for me to roast and or to like say
so good.
It's just I never go to the jokes for me are never too harsh. And there are jokes that I wouldn't tell to people's faces. So I don't just say anything. These are definitely jokes I've chosen to be like, is it funnier than it is mean? And if that answer is yes, then I'm saying it. And then signing up, you know, I would never roast someone who didn't ask for it, but them signing up, it's just like, I have to just kind of forget that they even might have feelings. And I forget that I have feelings going into them. Like I walk out of those roasts and feel a lot of sadness for the jokes that were made. You kind of forget that you're going to get roasted. So not only do I put their feelings aside, I put my own until afterwards. And then I'm like, and then I also watch my set. I'm like, you said those things? You're so mean. But in the moment, you just don't think.
That's interesting. Because I feel like getting prepped and ready would be almost like a high, and then afterwards you're just like, ooh, ow.
Yes. Afterwards, it's just awkward because you go to commercial break and you're just on stage with all these people and they don't have people coming up to them. There's no one like stopping you from talking to each other. So you just like called a bunch of people pedophiles and like old and ugly and irrelevant. And then you sit down next to them and you're just like, so like, what are you drinking? And you're just trying to make small talk with these people that that can be awkward for sure. But generally it's, everyone knows what they're in for.
Do you have a dream person that you want to roast?
I really want Lindsay Lohan to do a roast. I would love to roast her because I just think she would be so fun and
I think so
down and a
too.
good laugher, and there's so much to roast about her. There's so many weird things about her
Mhm.
that like weird
Mhm.
things she's done, but nothing heinous, you know, so
Mm-mm.
nothing that would be too mean. Um, Going after her mom would be hilarious, and her mom would probably be there. I think she'd just be a good sport, and
She would be a great one.
she needs a rebranding. Like she needs to
Yeah.
make fun of herself, which she already does a little bit, but like we'd like
Her
to see
on
more of that.
Lights Out the other night, I was like,
Yes.
"Go girl." I loved that.
That was her first step in the right direction. I felt that way too.
Mhm.
I talked to David after that, and I was like, "How'd you get Lohan?" He's like, "I just asked her." It's like, "Oh, she's
Mhm.
willing to do. Let's get her
Mhm.
back in the mix." So, and I think the people that she would involve would be really fun too. Like I would love if like a Paris Hilton. I would like to roast because she
Yeah.
also is another person who has such a long career to make fun of, and has a good sense of humor, has a really good sense of humor that even I
Mhm.
didn't see coming. Like Paris is smart and whip smart funny wise, like just really quick.
Interesting. Yeah, I would
I
not
was
guess that.
I was honestly pissed off that she was so funny. She came on my show
Wow.
and she was so it was like because I just want people who are that beautiful and perfect and like seemingly chill to just
Right.
not be, you
Not
want her
have
to be
anything
stupid.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, she wasn't. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's really savvy. And I just loved her because say what you will about her, but she is just who she is.
Yeah.
And maybe she's likes makeup and likes to dress a certain way and
She owns it.
but she likes because she
Mhm.
likes it. You know, when I
Mhm.
dress up, it's because it's like, oh, that's what's
You have to.
expected of
Me
me.
too.
I don't like it. And there are times when I get dressed up, I'm like, oh, this is fun. But generally, getting dressed up and trying to look like Paris Hilton makes me hate myself. But for her, she's just like, I like it. Like, she's just like, it's hot. And she's just like, I
I
don't
love
know.
it.
I really enjoyed her. I also think that, you know, I interviewed Nicole Richie the other day too. Like all these girls that I used to just like
Yeah.
group that turns out they're
Oh
pretty
my gosh.
cool.
You know, they have to be. I truly think that like that comes back to reality and like the whole Simple Life and all that stuff. They make these people out to be like not these not that great people, you know? And it's like they are. I mean, they're smart. Paris has to be smart for everything she's doing.
Yeah.
Like she is on her game.
Yeah. You can't be late. They're honestly, yeah, you couldn't survive not being smart and
Mhm.
savvy. And yeah, maybe not being as book smart as some other people, but
But
fucking
street
neither am
smart.
I. Like
Neither am I. Yeah.
I don't know. I know what I know and I know what I don't know. I'm very intelligent in some ways. I'm so stupid in other ways. Like I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and people couldn't believe
I watched.
my lack of
So good.
geography knowledge. Yeah.
But I
There was
liked your
something I didn't know.
would you to the birds? You gave
Yeah,
it to the birds?
I gave money to the birds and people are pissed about that too. And I gotta be honest with you, you're not wrong. It was
Whatever.
birds don't need that much money, but they got it. And
They got it. Have
I
you
love
talked to that
birds.
charity since?
Yes. Well, no, they didn't write me back yet, but I have written to
You
them
did
and
write
I
them.
am awaiting hearing back from them. But yeah, I gave money to a charity that I didn't really research. I just typed in bird charity and it was
Why
the first.
birds? You could just 'cause you like birds? I love
I just
hummingbirds,
look at
so
them and they make me happy. I relate to them. I just think they're important. I think they get the short end of the stick in terms of rescued like dollars. And I just want people I want people to be more aware of birds because like if you get to love birds, then you probably won't be able to eat chickens. And I want people to be able to see that
yep, right there with
chickens
you.
aren't just something you put on your Caesar salad and be like, do I want to kill a chicken or not? Like they're not just these things that you can toss on your salad and eat and
Mhm.
be like, I didn't like it and send it back. It's like that's a life of an animal that really has a if you ever had a bird as a pet, the dumbest bird is so intelligent. And it just having birds and having respect for birds made me realize that it's important to me that even though I love chicken, I can't eat it because
Mhm.
so I think that I just want to bring more attention to birds.
I love it. Hey,
Yeah,
that I think that's you have passion for birds.
I really do.
I like that. I like that. Well, I hope they write you back. I could truly chat with you for forever. My
So
last
fun
thing I have
chatting
to
with
say,
you.
actually, I have two quick last things. One, I know you love Conan, and when I was little, I would not go to sleep without watching Conan. I literally had to watch him before I fell asleep, and you need to be.
I
Is that
love
not
that.
amazing? I know.
So cute because that I felt the same way in college. Like I would have to watch him every single night, and it was just something so soothing to take in before. It's so
100%.
wholesome
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
weird. And I just, my God, seriously, he's the best man ever. I love him so much. Knowing him personally is like, I can't even believe it. I don't even think about it very often because it will blow my mind because of how much I used to love him. It's
I know.
crazy.
I love that. I love that. And I feel like you need to be on. You need to tell him. He needs you on his Conan at home.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what the world needs right now.
I'm doing it next week. So
what day?
I'm taping it on Monday, and I think it's going to air on the 14th.
Oh, good. I'm excited.
Yes,
I'm excited.
me too.
Good. I love it. So good. That makes me happy. And then my last thing is you have to keep up with your TikToks because you've been slacking and they're funny.
I really have. There's
so
too
good.
much I have to do. Gosh, I can't keep up with all of it. And I'm trying to be a good friend right now. Like I'm trying to learn TikTok dances.
Yeah.
I have my radio show.
They're hard.
What I'm doing next with my career. I'm planning a reality show, as you heard. I'm trying to
Right.
save the birds. I'm trying to do
you have a lot on your plate.
I really do, but
You
it's
do.
no chicken on my plate. I do. I have so much, but TikToks are fun, but it is a lot of work. Yes.
I usually am sweating.
I can do Savage, okay? I've learned a
I can't even do.
Okay, I can do it.
That was good.
I learned Savage. I can't put it out yet though. It's too embarrassing to actually try hard. I gotta have my mom learn how to do it because then it'll be like,
she's the
hey, my mom's Savage.
Right.
That's why I'm doing this, not because I want to look hot for a second. But throwing it back this move where you're like,
yeah,
is so sexual.
I haven't learned. I know. And
it feels very uncomfortable to do.
Are doing it. And I'm like, oh my God.
My friend Anya, I was telling her that I want her to learn Savage because once you learn it, it's so fun to do. It's just like
I like this one. That one.
Oh, I don't know. Is that the Renegade?
No way.
Oh yeah,
that one. That one's a fun one.
That one is so old that I almost think it's gonna come back because it's
right. And I have to learn Savage and then tell you when I learn it.
Totally learn Savage because it does feel so fun once you get it. But I had to work. That took me probably altogether 5 hours to learn that little dance because I'm so bad at dancing. But so in order to do these people doing TikTok videos, they spend so much time on them. And I can't do that. So I just got to find a way to make little short videos. So I'm gonna follow me on TikTok and that'll give me
consider it done
to make them.
Good. I love that. And seriously, I could talk to you forever and ever and ever and ever. And I appreciate you being here. And you've truly been my comic relief through all this craziness. I'm dead serious.
Oh my gosh, thank you, girl.
So I appreciate you. I know you're working your butt off. And everyone at home, you guys need to follow Nikki on every form of social media. She's hilarious. You need to listen to her You Up with Nikki Glaser podcast. You need to watch her Netflix specials. I've been rewatching Roast. Clearly, I mean, you're awesome. So I appreciate you. And I hope I get to see you in August.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, but I can't wait to see what you do next. And I appreciate you. And I'm Kelsey Meyer. And you guys stay safe and stay healthy. And thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.